Hi, I'm Reese and welcome to the kitchen. Today we are in my kitchen in Dallas, Texas, and we have Valentine's Day coming up. Valentine's Day has always been a special day in my house because it's my mom's birthday. So it's always been a day of celebration and doing special things. I've always decorated and sent Valentines and made special treats. So today we are going to make homemade heart-shaped marshmallows. Pink at that. And ever since I started making marshmallows, they have been a huge hit with all of my friends. And the first thing everybody always asks is, you can make marshmallows? Yes, you can make marshmallows. And it's actually pretty easy. Homemade marshmallows store well for a long time in a Ziploc bag and can be used for all kinds of treats. You can roast them, you can make cookies with them, you can put them on ice cream, you can use them with fondue, or you can be like my friend Emily and just eat them all out of the Ziploc bag at once. So to make the marshmallows, you'll need the following ingredients. You'll need salt. You'll need a vegetable cooking spray. You'll need light corn syrup, and you can use the store brand. You'll need sugar. You will need Knox unflavored gelatin. Knox is the only brand that I've ever seen of the unflavored gelatin, but maybe in your area there might be another brand. You'll need vanilla. You'll need food coloring so that we can make the hearts pink. You could make them red if you would like to, or any other shade. You'll need powdered sugar. You'll need 2 eggs, and you'll need some parchment paper. And then for the equipment that you'll need a mixer. I use a KitchenAid mixer. You do have to mix the marshmallows together for 10 minutes. So if you're using a hand mixer, just be aware that you will be mixing for a long time. You'll need a wooden spoon. I find that easiest when making the syrup. You'll need a heavy pot. You'll need a 1/2 cup measuring cup. You'll need a 1 cup measuring cup. You'll need 2 spatulas. You could use one, but you would have to wash it. It's for scraping out the pan and the bowl. You'll need measuring spoons. You'll need a measuring cup for the liquids. You'll need a small bowl for when you separate the egg whites from the egg yolks. I put the egg yolks in here and the egg whites in the mixer. You'll need a candy thermometer. This candy thermometer is just from the grocery store. You can get one at Williams-Sonoma. They range in price anywhere from probably $5 on up to $100. You'll need another small bowl that will hold a 1/2 cup of water for the gelatin. You'll need heart cookie cutters since we're making the heart-shaped marshmallows, to cut the marshmallows. And you'll need a large glass casserole. This is just a large Pyrex type style that you'll put your marshmallows in to dry overnight. And that is what you will need, and we will now get started on making the marshmallows. Okay. The first thing that we're going to do is we're going to take our cooking spray, and I've got a paper towel here that I'm going to use to spread, because you just don't want too much cooking spray all in the same place. So you're just going to lightly spray the pan, and you're going to spread your cooking spray all the way up the sides. You don't want these are very, very sticky, so just like a normal marshmallow, so you don't want them sticking. So you're just going to lightly coat it and set that aside. And you're done with your cooking spray. Next, we're going to do our gelatin. You will use 2 tablespoons plus a 1/2 teaspoon of the unflavored gelatin. This is going to turn basically the marshmallow fluff type that it would be without the gelatin. It congeals them and makes it into marshmallows. So you put a half a cup of warm to hot. I sometimes find the hotter the better the gelatin does. So we're going to do 2 tablespoons, and you just open your packages and measure out and just sprinkle it all in, and it will absorb the water. And I pretty much find that 1 package is pretty much 1 tablespoon, so you'll use 2 packages plus 1 for the half a teaspoon. So that's 2 tablespoons and a half a teaspoon of the unflavored gelatin. Like I said, you'll just sprinkle it in, and then this is just going to sit there, and you'll see that it's going to soak up the water, and it will pretty much become a mass. So now we are going to take our heavy pot and we'll put it on the stove here. And we're going to take our sugar, which is 2 cups of sugar, and 1/4 a teaspoon of salt, and we're going to put it in the bowl. You will use a half a cup of the light corn syrup. Dump it in there. Try to get as much as you can out. It's kind of messy. And because a lot of it always stays in, I always take the Caro syrup and just give it a good little squeeze in there. Wash it off your fingers. And then you'll take your measuring cup again, and you're going to put a half a cup of hot water. And you're going to turn the stove on to a medium heat. Take your wood spoon and just kind of stir it all together. If you can come over here and you can see what it looks like. So we will get our thermometer and stick it in here, and we're going to go up to 240 degrees, which is almost a softball. So this will take a little while. While that is doing that, we will take our 2 eggs, and we're going to put 2 egg whites. So we need 2 egg whites. So I'm just going to use the bowl that we will be whipping the egg whites in, and just separate. Like I said, I just put the yolks in a separate bowl. And I actually, with the egg yolks, I'd stick them in the microwave for about 45 seconds, and then I give them to the dogs. So you're just going to whip your egg whites while you are bringing the temperature up. So I'll just start whipping them to a hard peak, and then when we come back, we'll add the syrup. Okay, my egg whites are now fluffed to a hard peak, and we're going to leave those there for a second, and we're going to come back over, and we are almost at 240 degrees. So I'm going to now add about probably will try like 9 drops. I want these to be pink. So you do have to realize it will look rather dark, but we're adding it to a lot of white and it will lighten up a lot. So I put 9 drops in. And we are almost at 240. And as soon as we reach 240 degrees, I'm going to take the gelatin that has dissolved into the water, and I am going to add it. I'm going to remove this mixture, and I'm going to add the gelatin and stir it in. So we are now at 240 degrees. So I'm going to turn this off. I'm going to remove it. And I am going to scrape and add all of the gelatin. Sometimes it comes out really easily, and other times you really have to scrape it. And make sure you add it in when it is nice and hot, because the gelatin does need to dissolve. So I'm just going to stir this until it looks to me like all of the gelatin is dissolved. And you'll notice it becomes a little bit thicker than what it was. So I'm all dissolved here. I'm going to scrape my spoon here. And I'm going to come over and I'm going to turn my mixer on low. And I'm going to slowly pour my liquid. So you pour the liquid in slowly with the mixer on, and be sure and scrape all with your scraper. Scrape it all in. Once you've got it all in, you're going to take your vanilla and let me check. You need a half a teaspoon of vanilla. I'm really bad about measuring, so usually I just dump things in. But I will measure for today. So you put a half a teaspoon in. And you're going to turn this all the way up onto high. And I always set a timer on my microwave, and you let it go straight for 10 minutes. So it's going to be on high for 10 minutes. And then I'll show you from there where to go. Once your marshmallow mixture here has beaten for 10 minutes, you're going to take it. I find the easiest way to clean off the beater. It's going to be very thick and marshmallow-like. And as you can see, the red color that we colored the syrup concoction is now a very light pink. So I'm going to get as much of that off as I can. And I'm going to take my spatula and into our greased casserole, we are going to dump the marshmallow mixture, smoothing it out. It doesn't have to be all the way smooth. Just make sure that it's evenly spread. So I'm going to get as much of it out as I can and off of my fingers. This is a little bit messy. It's a good licking bowl for kids. So just evenly distribute it. Doesn't have to be smooth. You're going to smooth it out with a piece of parchment paper. got a piece of parchment paper that I took out of the parchment paper. Make sure that it is large enough to cover the Pyrex, whichever way you want to go. And you're just going to take it and you're going to smooth it over the top of the marshmallow, flattening the marshmallow so that it will be smooth. And then you're going to take this and you're going to let it sit overnight. I usually let mine sit about 24 hours for the marshmallows to dry, and it will change consistency greatly. So I just set it over to the side. Once your marshmallows have dried overnight, you're going to take the parchment paper, a large piece of parchment paper, and you're going to take powdered sugar, and you're going to put plenty out. These marshmallows are very sticky. I'm going to take my rings off. And just like you would with a floured bread or anything like that, you're going to smooth out the powdered sugar. You'll see the marshmallow comes out of the Pyrex very easily. And you're just going to take the parchment paper off. You might want to spray the parchment also. This isn't coming off as smoothly as it usually does. So anything that's sticky, you're just going to take the powdered sugar, and if you, like I said, spray the top of that parchment and it will come off a little easier. So as you take it off, so once you get the marshmallows out and the parchment off the top, just make sure that it is well coated, like I said, in powdered sugar. Powdered sugar only adds to it. I know it doesn't seem as pink, but the powdered sugar does fall off. So you're going to take your cookie cutter and make sure you've got plenty of powdered sugar. And you're just going to press it down, and out pops your heart-shaped marshmallow. And like I said, they're sticky, so I just kind of coat them, and you've got a cute little heart-shaped marshmallow there. And try to get as close to so you don't waste a lot of marshmallow, but you're just going to cut several of the marshmallows. And then with all the excess that you'll have left over, I suggest you can make Rice Krispie treats or something like that with it. Just use it like a normal marshmallow. For something like this, it would be fun to chop it all up and put it on top of ice cream. So you cut out several. I've got 4 here, and I've actually got a really cute idea for Valentine's. I went outside and I got some sticks, which I sterilized. I bleached them and washed them in very, very, very hot water. So you can take a stick or a popsicle stick or a skewer or anything like that and just stick it in the marshmallow. These are cute because you can then just roast them on the stick. You can make a bunch, or you can give each individually. You could take them here, and you can wrap each one in a little saran wrap. Give them as Valentines. So you'll cover it in saran wrap, and you'll tie a little bow or ribbon, whatever you have, on your stick. And then I made just a little Valentine heart that you can either glue on or you can attach, and you can come up with a cute little saying. Mine says, "I roast for you, happy Valentine's Day." So there's lots of things you can do, like I said. This is just a cute little idea. So thank you for joining me in the kitchen today, and have a good day. Thanks.